Hi, today I want to talk about how I take notes and how I keep them organized. For that, I must tell you my two requirements, which is very fundamental to any note taking. That is, how quickly can I start or create a new note, and how quickly can I find the notes I have written earlier. These are the only two things that matter. So to do that, I have been exploring different frameworks, as you can see, Johnny Decimal, Zettelkasten, even paramethods, and I realized that none of those fits my requirement. So I decided to just build something minimal, effective, and frictionless. And that's the whole point of it. If I would be writing notes for just a couple of pages, I can beautify it however I want. I could add colors and structures and diagrams. We can do that. But if we were to write thousands of notes, tens of thousands of notes, in those cases, we need to consider how the whole system would scale if it were to grow that large. So to do that, I have created this one particular template repository that you can borrow. It's completely free. It's in my GitHub profile. You can find the link in the description as well. So you can either go and download the zip file, okay, and you can get started. Or if you want, you could even use this as a template and create your own private or public repository based on however you want to structure it. Okay, and the whole guideline is written down below, which is pretty straightforward. You don't have to do much. Now, if you just go and click on this download zip, it will just keep that download. Okay, so let's just keep it in the download folder. And while it does that, there's another tools that is required, which is Obsidian. Okay, I'm using Obsidian, so I would highly recommend that you check it out. Obsidian is a simple note-taking system that can, at the end of the day, it simply reads a markdown file. That's all it does. There are some plugins and customization and so many things are there, but at the end of the day, it's simply reading markdown files. Okay, so you can download it for your platform and install it, and that's all you have to do. So let me quickly go to my download folder and unzip this. Okay, come here. This I'm just going to rename it. Really doesn't matter. Actually, just let me call it my notes. Okay, and these are the files that we downloaded. So these are the files that got downloaded. First thing, once you have installed Obsidian, open it and it will show you something like this. Either you can create a new one and you can do your own customizations if you want to, or you as you have downloaded the zip file, you just have to simply open it up. So go to download and my notes. Okay, select folder and it will open up. These are the files that will be created, which is the daily notes, and there are some templates. Okay, and there are no notes in it right now. Then what you have to do is you have to come to community plugins, turn on community plugins, browse it, and over here I have listed 5 plugins. You have to go ahead and install it. So let me just show you for one, and you can do the same thing for others as well. Come here, templater, install, and enable it. Okay, once you do that, you can see the community plugin has been installed. Similarly, you have to install all 5 and continue with it. Now, to demonstrate what it's capable or not, I'm going to switch over to my own notes instead of this dummy one. Okay, this is the genuine note that I use. Okay, Threadbook, that's the name I gave it. You can rename it to whatever you want. And if I come over here, community plugins, these are the 5 plugins I mentioned. Okay, and that's all. You have to install it, nothing else. You don't have to customize a lot of things, and actually a lot of customization is already in this .obsidian folder. I have just shared that .obsidian things like, you know, hotkeys, which is keyboard shortcuts, as you know it. So everything is already recorded. You don't have to customize it. You can just get started, and that's the whole point of it. So let me do one thing. Let me just delete. This is today's date. I'm going to delete this particular file. Okay, and this is the starting point. Okay, you have installed your plugins. Just start with over here, you do Control D, okay, for daily notes, or you can see this icon which shows open today's daily note. You can do either one. Just for the video recording purpose, I will use most of the graphical interfaces, but normally I use keyboard shortcuts. So open this, and as you can see, it loaded everything. I did not type it out. That's the whole point of using templator. It allows us to just apply the templates we have created, which is again is available in extras. And these are the templates. There is the daily note template, and there is the notes template that takes place when you create a new one. So let me just tell you why I have created and structured daily notes like this. First of all, these dates, like back and forth, I can go back, I can continue to do that, and I can come forward as well. So it's easy for me to navigate between the dates. So if I was working on something, I can quickly go and check out, okay, I was looking into something about some networking thing, and I can explain what this is, but irrelevant. So let's just move on. Okay. Point is, I can quickly refer to my yesterday's note, day before yesterday, and so on. Everything is available. And if I want to come to today's date, all I have to do is Control D, and I will jump to daily note. And if I want to create a new note, let's say I'm learning a bit about Kubernetes in Docker, QBER, Kubernetes in Docker. Okay. Now, if I want to create a separate note for it, this is how I'm going to do that. I will create a wikilink, which is wrapping any text with two square brackets, okay, two open and two close square brackets, and this is known as wikilink. If you have ever visited Wikipedia, you know how one Wikipedia article is linked to another and so on, and that's why we call this wikilinks. Okay, now right now you can see the color is a little bit faded, indicating that this file does not exist. What you have to do is you can just do control click on it, okay, hold control in your keyboard and click on it, or you can use keyboard shortcut, which is control enter. Okay, press control, press enter. It will open that in a new tab for the Kubernetes in Docker. The header is already inserted, the text is over here as well. That's the file that was created. And if I come to my notes, you can see that there is Kubernetes as well somewhere down here. Here it is. Okay, Kubernetes in Docker. And as you can see, all my notes are stored in this one folder only. And that's the point of having a flat hierarchy structure. There is no requirement to move files around, to reorganize them, put them in subfolders. None of those drama are there. Okay, all you have to do is open up a daily note. If you have a very fleeting thought, you can write it over here. And if you feel like it warrants a separate note, just create a wikilink and start taking notes. That's how you can continue to work on this. Okay, that's how easy it is to take notes. Now, the second requirement, which is to find anything. How do we do that? Again, I have a keyboard shortcut for that. Either you can click on this and it will open this up. Same thing can be opened up using the keyboard shortcut. In my case, it's Control Alt F. If you're on macOS, it would be Command Option F, I guess. Just play with it, you will figure it out. So once you open this search thing, it can search your whole vault. As you can see, the text, I don't know if you can see it clearly, but it shows search your vault, and I can find anything I'm looking for. So let's say if I'm talking about mkdocs, okay, then I can open my mkdocs setup and understand how I have created the structures and themes and whatever is needed. This is my own note. Similarly, I can find anything about, as I was mentioning, Kubernetes, and let's say how to do Kubernetes deployment. Okay, so this way I could find any document I'm looking for. All I have to do is Control Alt F and look for it. Okay, let's say if I open up terminal and DevOps terminal playbook. So over here I have created another set of wikilinks in this document. So now this DevOps terminal playbook note is now linked with 3 other documents, and I can open that. If I do control enter, it will open up in another tab. So this exists, this open up in a new tab, and as you can see, there are some must-haves about terminal emulator, and there are some other wikilinks, and I can open that in another tab. So it's very efficient in a way that you don't have to waste your time organizing anything. Everything stays in a flat structure, but because of the wikilink, everything is interconnected, and that's the beauty of having wikilink and a minimal setup. There is no custom themes I'm using. If I come over here and come to appearance, I am on the default theme. However, I made some snippet changes, so I have kept it enabled over here. You may choose to disable it. For example, I don't like borders. If you prefer that, you can have it. I have disabled that. And there's this darker header, so this header looks way like washed out for me, so I thought I will just darken it a little bit. So these small snippets you can create if you want, instead of installing the whole theme, given that you have a good idea about how CSS work. Otherwise, you can go and explore different things, but the more and more things you add, the slower it will get if you have to close Obsidian and open it up. As you can see, my total app startup time was like 583 milliseconds. And that's what matters. Okay, if I close this and I open Obsidian, how quickly it let me start writing, how quickly it allows me to write notes. Sorry for the fumble. So yeah, this is how you could take notes. This is how you could organize your notes. Basically nothing too organized, that's the point of it. All your daily notes will go into diary, and all your notes will stay in this flat directory structures, and whatever you want to find, you could look for over here. So I document a lot of things that I'm studying and observing or investigating, and I create a proper document for it, and you could do the same. And it scales well. Okay, I'm not sharing this because I found something new and just sharing with you. I have been using it for almost a year, over a year, I guess. And as you can see how all my nodes are connected. Whichever node I pick, it's connected to something else, and that thing is connected to something else, and so on and so forth. So all my nodes are interconnected and easily available. Now this graph view is just something for show off. It really doesn't serve anything to my purpose. For me, all that matters is how quickly can I go to my daily note, and how quickly can I start writing notes, and obviously how easy it is to find any note I'm looking for, that is using the keyboard shortcut or this search icon. And that's all that I have to focus on. Anything beyond this feels bloated to me. For you, that might be a different case. You could go ahead and explore community plugins. There are other community plugins, but be mindful that more stuff you add, the slower it will get. As you can see, already my community plugins is consuming like 100 milliseconds. Okay, so if you install more and more, it will consume more and more resources. So you have to be mindful about what you add. If you don't need it, don't add it. Keep it minimal, effective, and you can continue to use that. Now, if you were to take it a step further, if you're writing notes and you don't mind storing your notes in GitHub, what you can do is you can come to git ignore and just clean up these things. Okay, right now you can see it will not track your notes, it will not track your diary, it will not track your attachments. So if you feel like you want those to be part of your GitHub repository, you can do that. Okay, all you have to do is simply first use this template and create your own repository, and you can choose to keep it public or private and give it whatever name you want to do. And once you have created that, you can just simply go and edit, git ignore, and play with it. If you know how all of this works, you can give it a try. If you don't know, it's okay. All you have to do is download the zip like I have demonstrated, and you can continue to write your notes effectively. There is not much to do. I have tried my best to ensure that everything is streamlined. All you have to do is open up your daily notes, write notes, and to find it, use the keyboard shortcut. That's all you have to pay attention to. Everything else is noise, everything else is a friction. You don't need it. So that's all I wanted to talk about. I will see you in the next one. Thank you.